In 2024, the most profitable song in hip hop wasn't a love song. It was an insult aimed at one man. That insult earned around $7.6 million, won 5 Grammys, and headlined the most watched halftime show in history. The song was Not Like Us. The target was Drake. And the money didn't stop with Kendrick Lamar. Diss tracks from that single feud generated more than $15.4 million in streaming, sales, and publishing revenue. Radio hosts, podcasters, merch printers, ticket scalpers, even lawyers, an entire economy formed around 2 men insulting each other. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Rap beef isn't a breakdown of the music business. It might be the business model itself. Because when you trace the money, every major feud follows the same script, and someone always profits who never touched the microphone. This is the story of how conflict became hip-hop's most reliable product, and who really cashes the check. To understand why a diss track can outsell an album, you have to go back to a broke rapper in 1999. He had no deal money, no radio play, and one idea: make enemies of everyone famous on purpose. Curtis Jackson, known as 50 Cent, released his first commercial single in August 1999. He called it How to Rob. In it, he described robbing nearly every famous rapper alive: Jay-Z, DMX, Diddy, name after name after name. It was a stunt, and he admitted it. But the reaction was worth more than any marketing budget on earth. Jay-Z fired back on stage at Summer Jam. "I'm about $1. What is 50 cents?" Think about what just happened. The biggest rapper alive said an unknown's name to a stadium for free. Nas heard the record and brought 50 on tour. The song that insulted everyone became a career launchpad. How to Rob barely charted. It didn't need to. Attention, not sales, was the product, and attention converts later. The controversy propelled him from obscurity toward icon status. 50 would retell that origin story for the rest of his career. The lesson spread through the industry. A feud is free advertising, priced at zero, paid in attention. But the 1999 version was small business. 25 years later, the same play would move 9 figures. March 2024, a song called Like That drops, and Kendrick Lamar tells the world he wants smoke with Drake. Like That alone would earn roughly $4.6 million between streaming and publishing. The war hadn't even started. Over the following weeks, the 2 biggest rappers alive traded diss tracks like earnings reports. Each one a product launch. Drake's push-ups earned nearly $1 million. His Family Matters did the same. Insults converted directly into revenue. But beef economics are winner take most. Kendrick's Not Like Us made roughly $5 million from streams and downloads alone. Add $2.66 million in publishing, and one 5-minute diss track approached $8 million. Billboard added it up. More than $15.4 million generated by the feud's diss tracks alone. Notice something strange? Every one of those songs, Drake's and Kendrick's, sent money to some of the same corporate account. Hold that thought, because the $15 million was never the real prize. It was the qualifying round. The real money came after the last diss track dropped, when the winners started collecting. Not Like Us became the most streamed rap song in a single year in Spotify history. 1.44 billion streams. It was the fastest rap song ever to reach 100 million streams. A character assassination, playing at wedding. Then came February 2025 and the Grammys. Not Like Us was nominated 5 times. It won all 5. Record of the Year, Song of the Year. The most awarded rap song in Grammy history is a diss track. 1 week later, Kendrick Lamar walked onto the Super Bowl halftime stage in New Orleans. 133.5 million people watched, the most watched halftime show ever, passing Michael Jackson's record. He performed Not Like Us to that audience. The insult broadcast to a third of America. The next day, Kendrick's catalog streams jumped 154%. Not Like Us jumped 430% on Spotify. And the Grand National Tour with SZA grossed $358.7 million, the biggest co-headlining rap tour ever. Forbes counted $109 million earned by Kendrick in 2025, the most of anyone in hip-hop. That's the real prize. A feud converts into Grammys, halftime shows, and tours. The diss track is just the ticket in. But while Kendrick collected, the loser of the feud made a move nobody in hip-hop history had tried. Drake didn't sue Kendrick Lamar. He sued Universal Music Group, the company that releases his own records and Kendrick's. Remember the strange detail from earlier? Both fighters, same corporate corner. Every diss stream paid the same high. Drake's lawsuit claimed defamation, that Universal promoted Not Like Us, knowing its accusations were false, and profited from the damage. In October 2025, a federal judge dismissed the case, ruling the diss track was protected opinion, not defamation. In other words, in the eyes of the law, rap beef is theater, and you can't sue theater. Drake appealed in January, calling it a dangerous rule, that diss tracks could never, ever be actionable in court. His lawyers filed their reply this April. The case now sits with a federal appeals court in New York. Whatever the outcome, the filing revealed the machine in writing. The label profits whether its artists win, lose, or bleed. The house takes its cut of the insult and its cut of the reply. Conflict, fully monetized on both ends, which left Drake exactly one move. The one the business had been waiting for. The comeback sale. In April 2026, a 25-foot ice sculpture appeared in downtown Toronto. Fans attacked it with pickaxes. Frozen inside was a bag holding 2 things, an album title, Iceman, and a date, May 15th. That day, Drake released 3 albums at once. They debuted at numbers 1, 2, and 3 on the Billboard 200. No act had ever done that since the chart began in 1956. Not the Beatles, not Taylor Swift. Iceman pulled 462 million streams in a week, the biggest streaming week of the year, and jabbed at Kendrick again. Of course it did. Rolling Stone says the feud still dominates because it feels unsettled. Unsettled means sequels. Sequels mean revenue. So the feud will not end, because in this business, a good enemy is worth more than a good friend. Next time, the feuds that stopped being business, the ones that ended in funerals and federal courtroom. Static and Smoke, from P. Cutter, the creator of Street Wars. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday.